a unique talk given by His Holiness Swami Chinmayananda to seekers who have completed the study of Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads.
Acharya Atma Chaitanya was asked by his Guru, His Holiness Swami Chinmayananda, during his Trivandrum Gita Yajna in 1984, whether he could undertake classes on Gita and Upanishads at Coimbatore without affecting his work at Calicut. Although it is a tiresome responsibility to travel around 200 kilometers by train every fortnight, he could never overlook his master's wish. Accordingly, classes were started on 26 January 1985 and went on each fortnight on Fridays and Saturdays until 1989 by the grace of Lord. In 1989, Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda had blessed the valedictory function of the classes with his inimitable speech. Atma Chaitanya Ji recalls with much satisfaction that he got the consent of Swamiji for the function telegraphically. We produce this event for the first time for the benefit of the seekers of truth.
most revered Gurudev, Vijnana Mandir students, and distinguished friends. This center of Chinmayanship is extremely fortunate to have Swamiji amidst us on this evening in the early dawn of the new year. Thanks to the Vijnana Mandir students who kept up the tempo by attending all these years and made this evening gracious. 1989 is very, very important to all of us. When we observe the 32nd Mahasamadhi day of our great Grand Guru, Sabunti Maharaj, we are also celebrating the birth centenary of our great revered Guru. In this respect, this 1989 is so auspicious to all of us. I wish to highlight some of the inspiring portions of his works on this auspicious occasion with the gracious permission of Swami. We find a unique revelation in that great mighty personality. All the religious and spiritual institutions must copy Swamiji's statements when he decided to celebrate Sabunti Maharaj's birth centenary in a unique manner. He said, no functions, no garlands, no cross, for the great Guru did not like all these things. We always remind him his great excellence until he left his mortal frame. He said, austerity must be our watchword in whatever that we undertake in the name of Sabunti Maharaj. If you happen to read any of his great works, you cannot complete it without spiritual revelation. That was his way of life. Even those who come in contact with his works with a least interest will be converted. One of his books, Valedictory published by an ordinary individual. When I read it, I thought that it belonged to some great Purana. The presentation of the book is so unique that he has presented it as a conversation between Narada and Brahma. Brahmaji was approached and Narada tells him, "Oh Lord, we have heard the great temple dedicated to goddess Ganges in Gangotri. Would you kindly enlighten me the greatness of that goddess Ganges?" Then Narada asked, answering this question, Brahma Uvacha, this is the way in which it is presented. Shrunudeva pravakshami guhyat guhyataram param. I shall expound to you explicitly the great secret of this great Ganges. The great master continues through Brahmaji. Satyam jnanam anandam brahma dravarupena dhavati. The pure existent knowledge and bliss, the subject matter of all our Idihasas, Puranas and the great Veda is flowing like liquid. Is Ganges. I remember to have heard when we were taught by Gurudev 14 years ago in Sandivani, when he took Mundagopanishad to us. It was my fortune, said Gurudev, that I belonged to this century. Now, we the disciples and the devotees feel that we are fortunate that we belong to his trust. In the middle 30s, when great Guru, the Goenji Maharaj, was wandering in the Himalayan thick forest, lot of experience have been recorded in his Swami Chinmayananda. As he was walking, he gets exhausted and tired, wanted to have a shelter, but there is nothing. Then he finds a very big tree giving lot of shade. Then the master explodes, saying, "Hey Deva, Vriksharubena stabdhachayam prayachadi. Yo Devo Vriksharubena stabdhachayam prayachadi. Namastasmai, 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 namostude." Oh Lord, Swami Chinmayananda, you stand here in the form of this great tree, giving shelter and comfort to the people who come under it. To that great Lord, I prostrate. Then again when he walks, he finds, and now he is coming. Immediately again the poem comes up, saying, "Yo Deva Dhirurubena, Dugdham Prasuyade." Oh Lord, you are in the form of this great cow, giving us milk, refreshing our personality, our body. Again he continues, as he was walking, a roaring of a great tiger, he listened. The moment he listened to it, think of it, what would be our condition? The great master stands there and again comes out, "Yo Devo Vyakta Rubena Gajyatu Jivanangare. Namastasmai, 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 namastude." Oh Lord, you are in this form of great tiger. And now trembles all other animals, makes them shiver. To that great Lord, I put him. Thus every moment, he saw himself in the green. And thus he lived more than 34 years in the Himalaya. Our Gurudev had the fortune to surrender at his feet and learn these great scriptures. On this special occasion, when his birth-centenary passed, Swami directed us to imbibe the great qualities of the great master. When we in Kaligat celebrated the first anniversary of the Vijnana 8 years ago, with the returned, I prostrate to my master, Swami Chinmayananda, that his disciples have succeeded talking and making others understand, and also inspiring others to understand, to live the great values and find in our scriptures. This is the attribute of our great master. Remember, Lord Jesus could hardly work 18 months, not even 18 months. What an impact that great activity, that dedicated activity has brought forth later on. Vivekananda could not see the 40th year. But our Gurudev has incessantly worked and has been working only 40 years are over. Even today morning, after completing his international Yajna camp in Kochi, talking every day, 6 to 7 hours, and reaching and morning, he inspired more than 1,000 army officers in Vedanta today. And those army officers, the precision with which they research, family, stock and inspired, was to be seen to believe. With every moment, he inspired. And there is no other way to submit our Gurudashna to him except imbibing his way of life and we enrich our nation by enriching ourselves and thus showing this world this great grand heritage, the way of life of our ancient master. Thakurji was our source, Gurudev our manifested Lord and Him. Even the cosmic administrators are unable to touch him. That was his attitude. Anyone who comes to his periphery will feel so. Especially those who have known him by studying the scriptures will understand much more. I do not want to prolong much. This assignment was entrusted to me by Swamiji himself in 1984. Thus, in the same hall, on January 26, 1985, the Vijnana Mandir Course was inaugurated. And in the same hall, we conducted. It was a pleasurable challenge for me to complete it. Because I had to undergo a lot of hardships. The classes, the major portion of the classes were conducted coming from Harinam. Every fortnight, Friday I used to reach here. Friday evening a class, Saturday morning a class, again Saturday evening a class, and get back to the train. Sometimes the train reaches by 1 o'clock. By the time all of the students must be snoring. Thus, really, it was a pleasurable job. Staying in the hotel and depending upon hotel meals, etc. Really was an experience. But still, by the grace of Swamiji, somehow or other, we had reached the 18th chapter and completed it almost. 56 verse, 56 verse. When we started this course, there were about 80 students. As the classes advanced, many students dropped off owing to their own personal reasons. But we did not stop it. We continued with the same enthusiasm. And now we have here 15 students to be blessed by Swami. Really, in the name of Rishis and Puja Gurudev, I congratulate them for the temple that they have made. On this blessed occasion, when Puja Gurudev is with us, I am expected to welcome on your behalf. Being my own Guru, how can I welcome you? And therefore, I invoke His grace on us all.
All scriptural studies is studying the road map. Road map must be studied. But having studied the road map, if you remain where you are still useful to other people who are going. You can explain. You don't know how to reach there, I will tell you. I know how to reach there. But you yourself will never reach there. There is a Mr. Ram Rao in Madras. He had been for the last 40 years sending travelers around the world. He knows the planes and the trains of every place, the hotels available. The Shettyar has to only go there and tell Ram Rao, I want to go in such and such a place. And the Shettyar knows no other language other than Tamil. And that too is his own Shetty Tamil. Yet, Ram Rao says, don't worry, everything will be arranged. But I don't know French. Never mind. Our people will meet you in the airport who knows the Tamil and then take you. He will arrange everything. The Shettyar can go round the world, see nothing and come back. Because he doesn't know anything. So the point is, ask Ram Rao, have you been there? How far have you travelled? From here to Mylapore back. This is all that we have travelled. But he can teach others in the same way, my friends. The Vijnana Mandir training doesn't mean that you must know all the scriptures and therefore keep quiet. No, it is only a roadmap. This is necessary, no doubt, but thereafterwards you must follow the path and start the journey. If you are not ready to change, you have wasted 3-4 years. You should have used that time for some other trick. Why did you waste it? So having got the knowledge, others going astray has got some excuse. I did not know the path. You have got not even that excuse to tell the Lord, isn't it? One day you'll have to quit here. So then the Lord asks, after that Vijnana Mandir class also, Buddhu, you never did anything. See, the punishment will be more severe because you know and you did not do it. Another individual never knew it and therefore I did it, I am sorry. Yes, accept it. Think. So that it is necessary that you start not only study, but start living it as best as you can in the available circumstances in life. We can live. That is why you are taught both. The pure science of it in the Upanishads, its application in life in the Bhagavad Gita. It can be lived. Only that you must leave your present life of blind attachment, unhealthy competition, stupid, thoughtless clinging to things. These you have to give up. Not give up the world, no, but give up your clinging to the world. It is subject. It is in you. Then you will understand what is this wondrous thought that wondrous talk of the ultimate reality which is Satchidananda. You need not reach there to know it. The moment you take a few steps from where you are, you start getting the fragrance of that great state. Number 2, the Upanishads itself says, Kathopanishad says, the Gita also says, that even to hear about it is so rare that a few alone get the chance. Behind each one of you who have studied now the Upanishad and the Gita, don't you think that there is a million others in the world who have never heard of the Upanishad or the Gita? A million people behind each one of you. You are only 15. Therefore it is not a million but a few million behind you who never have heard about it. So rare is even to hear. Shankara goes ahead and says that even having heard, very few understand. But here is an example of 15 people who have understood. Those who have understood, very few have got the courage to live up to it. Those who have got the courage to live up to it, very few are ultimately progressing to the right experience. Just to show the rare. Atma Chaitanya was worrying that 80 people came and 15 only remained. Lucky. 15 survived. See, 80 people and they have got good intention. But when they came and start wondering, I have to spend time on it and study and think, very few will come. If you had a tape recorder, they would have come. If it is a television, more people would have come. Why? Cinema, more people. Because in these things you need not think. You just sit there. Eating some pakode or kapalati, you eat and then you just sit. That will tell you everything. You need not think. But in Vedanta, you have to employ your thinking capacity. Though human beings have got the intellect, very few know the art of using it. Everybody has got the buddhi, but very few have got the capacity to use it. And some people who have got the capacity to use it, they feel exhausted and fatigued very soon. That is why in no university you find thousands of mathematics students. Mathematics is only 10 people in any university, because it's very precise, it is thing. But domestic science, thousands more and thousands people will be there. Why? You need nothing. How to make pakawade. Everybody knows it. It is so easy. What I wanted to say was that in Vedanta classroom, for which 80 people had the anxiety because of the pressure of the culture in our country, 80 people came. But don't expect all the 80 to stay. They have not the stamina to do it. That at 15 people survived, it is God's own grace, the glory of your own sattvic vasanas. Having thus got this rare knowledge, you are now indebted to the great rishis. Had not the rishis supplied us with Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita, you and I would not have been the better off. We have now got that knowledge. We are the chosen few, as it were, as compared to the millions who are not even knowing about it. When we are thus being specially gifted by a certain knowledge, we are indebted to the rishis. Rishi Rina, the debt to the rishis. The debt to the rishis you can pay back only not by money, not by any other way, but by distributing this knowledge at least to one or two people other than you. Thus, without breaking up the Guru Shishya Parampara, this knowledge was flowing through. It came to our generation too. It was almost drying up. It has been explored and now the stream has started. So you have got a responsibility now of these 15 people, not merely to declare that I have got all various qualities, I also Vedanta. That idea is not sufficient. You must bring about the beauty of it in your life, that others must start surprised looking at you. What a change this man has got. This woman, what a change. How arrogant and stupid he was before. Now so loving and lovable. You must know your beauty. Naturally, therefore, others will start coming around you, admiring you and asking, how did it happen? What did happen? What? You have changed completely. What happened? Then you slowly start BMI, PFT, OET. Just start spreading it out. Unless you spread it out, this culture will be wiped out maximum another 50 years. It is not depending upon one Swami Chinmayananda or Chinmayananda. Those days have gone. One Shankara, one Christ, one Vivekananda was sufficient at that time, one Buddha. Now it is, we need a host of them. Because the breakup is so complete that one single individual cannot lift it up. How great spiritually he may be. A situation has come that even God cannot help you. So we have to help ourselves. You see, that is the point. Therefore, it is necessary that all of you must take up seriously study groups in your own locality. It is not meant for others. And don't tell me that, Swamiji, unless I realize, how will I till them? How do you know that they are not going to realize by hearing your words? You are useless. You are not realized. I admit. Why not you give the benefit of doubt that my listener may become realized? It's not necessary that you realize. You try to explain. In that trying to explain to him, these ideas become deeper and takes roots in yourself. It is for your benefit that we are asking you to have study groups. That your group should not hear about it. You see, it is not that you are going out into the world to bless the world. No, 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 no. We are going out to the world and we are very much obliged that you are listening to me so that I may improve. It is your own sadhana. When does the idea take roots in you? You start slowly living up. This is the secret of Vedantic study and this the study group program. It's for your benefit and not for the other's benefit. In a party in a village, maybe marriage party, I don't know exactly what was the party. I was not there at that time. It was reported to me. So about 100 people, guests had come and they were all taken food and they were talking and they were very, very happy. And when they were going back, there are no street lights in the village. It is before electricity. Therefore, the host gave every one of them a source of light, not a torch, but the modern torch. And not the modern torch, but the good old torch. A flame. And with that, they all started going. One man has not left. And he is very well known in the village. So the host asked, "Sir, everybody has gone, you have not gone." "I am waiting for a candle or a torch." "But why do you want a torch?" "I want a torch." "You have given torch to everybody, give me also one." See, the host cannot understand because he is a born blind man. So even in the daytime he has no light. Then why should you have a torch? He said, "This torch is not meant for me. It is meant for others, so that they may not come and hit me. They will see that I am coming, so they will give me space." In the same way, this knowledge that is given to you, which you have gained now, is probably not for you at this moment. Because you are so blind, you are only PFT level, and you have no intention of rising above it. So you are blind, but it is meant for others. Others may get some light from you. At least they will know that you are coming, so that they will not come and hit you and make you fall down. See? Just as a blind man carries a candle in the night for his own safety, we have got knowledge. Don't wait there saying that, "No, I must realize and then only I will give it out to others." In order to realize, one of the methods is distributing it to others. Tat chindanam, tat kathanam. These are the methods. Whenever you are free, you think of those ideas. And whenever you meet anybody, kathanam, tell it. In case the other man whom you are meeting is also got some knowledge and he has got a teacher, anyonyam tat prabodhanam. You teach him or tell him what your teacher told you, and he will tell you what his teacher said. Thus both will get new, fresh ideas to reflect upon. This is called Brahma Vidya. So keep that Brahma Vidya attitude in your mind. Learn to change your relationship with the world outside and your attitude to things that are happening around and about. Rewrite your destiny. Change. And when you change, the world must change. is bad because of you. Take the responsibility on yourself. I am bad, therefore my world is bad. I become truthful, the corrupt world will become better. Change yourself. Your environment will have to change. Okay? Thus, the teachers in the Upanishads, when the student is going back home after study, the convocation address is a famous thing in Taittiriya Upanishad, you must have heard, you can study it. We will again repeat those very same words because it cannot be improved upon. All instructions are given how you must live in surrender to the Lord, honestly and straightforwardly without crookedness, learning to love and see Him in everything, at every time. All these ideas. In case you got a doubt, again the teacher says that don't repeat what we are doing which you understand is wrong. Because we as an individual may be doing some action or some of our actions you didn't like it. Don't imitate. Do what we are doing good, you repeat and try to imitate and do repeat them. In case you've got a doubt, under these circumstances, what is the right action? And such a situation has not been explained to me by my teacher. Either in similar situations the teacher has shown you, Sri Rama has shown you, or Krishna has shown you, follow that path. If you have not got any such examples from the past, because it is a new world with a new problem that has risen, look around how cultured, educated, honest men are doing. You also do exactly as they are. Every these details have been given to the student before they leave, and those convocation address now will be chanted, repeat.
Satyam vada, dharmam chara, swadhyayatma pramada, acharyaya priyam dhanamagritya prajatantam mam vyavachesi, satya
She is also a professor in Agriculture University. Miss Karthikeyan. Mrs. Vijayam Tiruvangana. Mrs. Sarojini Chandrasekhar.
Sarojini Chandrasekhar. You studied everything?
Yeah, 3 months.
Sure.
Dr. Sarojini Ram. Dr. Kunyakutti. Dr. C.P. Vani.
But she was in the school, in the Sandivani there.
Sri S.P.S. Mani. Dr. Sandaram is not with us to receive the certificate. Swamiji has already signed his certificate. Dr. was one who had associated with Swamiji's movement from the very beginning of his activity. Even before 2 days of his death, he had attended the classes. It was a guiding star in Chinmaya Mission, especially the class. He was an inspiring source for all of us. We remember him with all respect, and he has already merged with Narayana's feet, fulfilled the very purpose of Vijnana Mandir attending. Now we have decided to frame the certificate and take to his home so that his children and grandchildren can derive inspiration.
Send it to his son. Posthumous certificate.
Now, the whole Vijnana Mandir and the Chinmaya Mission Coimbatore both have to acknowledge Sri S.P.S. Mani and service for the successful conducting the affairs of Vijnana Mandir. Let me acknowledge personally, but for his dedicated and unforgettable service rendered, we would not have been able to complete it so successfully. Now, Sri Mani, Joint Secretary of Chinmaya Mission and the Secretary to Vijnana Mandir, will offer Guru Dakshina on behalf of the Vijnana Mandir.
Shashtanga pronounced the lotus feet of Puji Gurudev and Acharya Atma Chaitanya Words fail me to express our gratitude for the priceless Vidya Dhan we have received in the Vijnana Mandir classes during the last 4 years. It is only due to the divine grace and the blessings of the Acharyas we are destined to attend these classes. It will be our effort to make ourselves worthy of this gift. During our crossing of this ocean of knowledge, we had the good fortune of an Acharya whose brilliance, born out of erudite scholarship and realization, always was a guiding star, be it at the great heights of quieting beauty and conception, or at the depth of the ancient sages' thoughts. Parallels from Srimad Bhagavatam, Narayaniyam, and the works of Taponji Maharaj were always readily forthcoming to build around the teachings of the Gita and Upanishads. This has whetted our appetite to delve deep into these works also. We realize the limited size of the receptacle and also the vastness of the ocean of knowledge, but will certainly attempt with the help of our Guru. In the august presence of Gurudev, I venture to put forth a request on behalf of the members of the mission. We consider that this valedictory function marks the first phase of the Vijnana Mandir classes. All my fellow students will consider it a blessing if Swami Chinmayananda continues the classes and guide us through other texts. The Yuva Kendra and the host of other members of the mission have requested for a fresh batch of Vijnana Mandir classes. We will consider ourselves most blessed if these requests are conceded. I conclude with the pronouns of the feet of Puji Gurudev and Acharya.
In this way it's transaction. It's very easy for the secretary to come and say that it must be continued. If I find that the work of 2.5 to 3 years is important, why should I continue? So demonstrate to me that you 15 are going to dynamically work and 15 study classes are going on in this town. Certainly Atma is here. He can spare himself and come here once a week and start the class. Till then, no Vijnana Mandir class. If the first set of my brahmacharis were not productive, I would have long ago stopped my Sunday evening sadhana. There is no time or energy when you are working for a great program to cater to undynamic idlers. What we need is dynamic work. If you are 3 years, you have studied the Upanishads and the Gita and you are not inspired to sacrifice everything and come out to serve the community. Upanishads have not failed, but we have failed in inspiring. We will never try to repeat our own mistakes. So I'll be watching. If 15 study classes are going on and all of you are putting forth your effort in order to communicate this idea, you may be successful, maybe not successful, it doesn't matter. But you are making an honest effort, then the mission shall feel inspired to continue this program. Okay? Vijayalakshmi.